guys, I sure come out today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. Hopefully it finds you all doing well. I'm doing well myself here. Just spent some time with the kiddo. We recorded our 40-second video, our 40-second episode of his little YouTube channel. I don't share it here. I'm not trying to like get him a bunch of subscribers or anything like that, but it's just basically him, not his like face or anything, but him like playing with toy cars and dominoes and whatever we feel like. It's been a blast. It's over a year now that we have that channel here, and yeah, it's really fun. What have you guys been up to? Let me know in the comments below here, especially as this weather starts to warm up. I'm starting to do some yard work, which I think historically I don't like, I hate, but it's starting to grow on me in a weird way. Maybe when you get old, you take peace and solace of just being by yourself, just working in the yard. I don't know what it is. Either way, guys, here we are on the Vexthal account. I don't know if anybody else out there can name where Vexthal came from. It would take a real old school gamer to know the origin of that name. Either way, guys, we're here on the mini account. I'm calling it the mini account now because I have a confession to make with you guys. I did make a purchase on this account. I thought that would be overall, I actually mentioned this in the previous video on this account as well. I think it'd be better overall because I bought some chickens. Why did I buy some chickens? Because I wanted to make content on this account, frankly, right?
Give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice.
So I'm never going to call it my free to play again because I want to stay true. But I did buy some chickens because what I want to do is I want to show here and there. I always get complaints. Either way, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. And sorry, I'll get into the video in just one moment here. But guys, if I make a video on my main account, I get people saying that like, dude, yeah, if you're a YouTuber and play the game for 3 years, of course you'll be able to beat anything or whatever, you know? Which I totally get, I totally understand, right? But as I always say too, it's like, as long as the content, as long as I'm not showing you freaking gold 1 content in the arena with my main account, as long as it's platinum or top 200 or 300 live arena, something like that, you know, or end game, then as long as you can basically transpose it and you can apply whatever builds or whatever to wherever you are in the game.
There is no place for us here.
However, I do want to bring more content on this account too because my gear on this account absolutely sucks and I'm incredibly limited. I'm always broke on silver. I feel like I'm rich right now with 1.7 on the silver, and I haven't spent gems in forever on this account either. So we're looking pretty good. And I just had a major breakthrough on this account. That's what I can't wait to share with you guys. And it all has to do with one champion, guys. So let's go ahead and without further ado, let's show him. This guy is a beast. I should have invested in him way sooner, and it's Scrank. So,
damn.
Ogren Tribe, Void Affinity Champion. You can see I don't have him fully ascended yet on this account. I only have like 1 or 2 good sets of perception gear, so I have him in a double accuracy set and a speed set. But what I'm going to do, guys, is I've already made a couple dungeons, you know, cleared that I hadn't previously done with this champion, especially in Spider and Hydra on this account, dude. He is so very much needed. I don't have a Mordecai. And even if I did, the cool thing about him, I'm not comparing him directly to Mordecai, but he's Void Affinity. So I can use him as my burner in every single stage, you know, 21, 22, 23, 24, well, 18, 19, whatever. Stage everything in Spider. And Spider and accessories is my massive Achilles heel, my weak spot on this account. They all suck because I'm struggling with Spider. All I have is Cold Heart. That's all I have. And you can't beat Spider, whatever, 21 with just 1 Cold Heart being the main DPS.
This is $249.
$249, oh my gosh.
Can you afford it? No.
I only have $1.
So I am so glad I invested in Scrank. I'm going to be using him in tandem with Achek the Wenderin. He was sitting on this account, guys. He was sitting on this account for like, I don't know, 4 months. And I just had him as a vault guard. What an idiot. He came into the game about a year ago. Mighty Uko, Staltus Dragonbane, Acresia. Wow, what a trio in terms of legendary champions, all released on the same day. And then we had Dirindil, who I did a guide here on the main channel. I think I did a guide on the Champion Guides channel as well. And then Fairnox, who I have never really invested in or looked at that much. And then Scrank. Okay, so almost a year in the game, and I'm finally getting around. Man, I should have done this way sooner, guys. This guy's a beast, right? First, you know what? Before we get into all his skills, let me just show you his multipliers, man. This guy is really cool because he can also be a very competent nuker. I'm using him in the arena as well. I'm using a 1-2 punch of him and Skullcrown, or him and Rhonda, depending on the affinities that I'm matched up against. But this is the cool thing. He's a burner and a nuker. Very, very cool. And he brings the big version of weaken 100% if they're under an HP burn. But check this out, guys. He's got a 3 attack rating on his A1. That is a godlike overall damage rating on an epic Void champion. On Sup on Blood, Sup? Is that really what it's called?
Hey, yo, what's up, bro?
Okay. What's up on Blood? Attacks one enemy 2 times. Heals his champ by 15% of their max HP on each critical hit. Love that. 30% heal built in. And then he's bringing his own increased attack buff on this champion for 2 times if the target is under an HP burn. And this has a 2.5 godlike rating. 2.5, but it's a 2-time hitter. And then on the A3, attacks all enemies. 100% chance of placing an HP burn for 2 turns. Fills his champion's turn meter by 15% for each critical hit. That's beautiful. Beautiful on each critical hit. So we can get a massive turn meter fill. But wait. Fills the champion's turn meter by 15% if at least one enemy is hit with a critical hit. Fills his champion's turn meter by 15% on each critical hit. The way I read this ability and the way it's been working for me, I think, fills his champion's turn meter 1 time by 15% if at least one enemy is hit with a critical hit. Not on each critical hit. That would be amazing, though, if it was the case. Either way, a 3.8 godlike overall damage rating on this ability. So a nice, hard-hitting AoE attack with the HP burn and the turn meter fill. You gotta love it. Unfortunately, I'm epic book broke as well, guys. And man, I'm on a 4-turn cooldown, but it's okay. It still works on a 4-turn cooldown. The burn lasts for 2 turns, and I do have him masteried out. So the downside on this champion, wait, before we get to that, is passive. Pyromania. Increases champion's attack and crit damage by 5% for every time an HP burn debuff triggers on an enemy. Stacks up to 25%. It's very, very exceptionally easy to get this dude up to a 25% extra on the attack and the crit damage. This guy's a beast, man. And even in the arena, right? You can jack up attack and crit damage right off that passive, and you can do it fairly quickly every time an HP burn debuff triggers on an enemy, okay? So great for Hydra, great for dungeons, great for like everywhere, right? Spider, Hydra, Faction Wars, Demon Lord, Dragon Slayer, all the traditional dungeons, the keeps. I guess the only weak area might be Fire Knight's Castle. Only a single target on the A1, granted a double target on the A2, but really doesn't justify for me using him in Fire Knight. But everywhere else, I'm using this dude. So a massive, like, he's had a bigger impact on my account than, geez, I don't know, almost every champion, you know, maybe aside from like Ninja or UDK. It's really, really cool. I love this dude. And what I did was I actually got all his masteries up, even though I don't have the banner on him to make up for that accuracy, okay? So I have 2 accuracy sets on him. I'll show you really quickly the build. I have level 12. You know what? We can upgrade this. We can upgrade. We can burn all our... Oh! Ooh, 1.5 million, dude. Golly, do I have anything good for glyphs? I might as well glyph it out, man. I use this dude enough anyway, right? So I have attack on the ring with, more importantly, get that extra defense there. Really need to have some survivability on this champion, especially because, you know, he's fairly squishy, right? He's got 13k base HP. He's got 936 base defense, right? But I went for speed, I went for crit rate, and then I went for accuracy, essentially, on this champion. However, I could not ignore his HP. 13k base HP. It doesn't scale very well with HP percentage, but again, this is like a lesson, I guess, for any new player out there, right? Is just because he's an attack-based champion, just because he's a nuker, which he is, doesn't mean you just want to go all-out attack and have this guy basically getting aggro on everybody, right? Because they're going to target him because his HP is so low, and just dying to every AoE attack. He's not going to help me at all if that is the case. So build in some survivability on your champions. We get HP percentage on the chest. We get speed on the boots. We have a nice trip roll of attack there. Do we have any attack glyphs? I didn't even notice. Yes, we sure do. Let's go ahead and do that. Nice! Hey, 26% attack. That'll make up, and let's go ahead, it's a legendary boot, so let's just go ahead and use our accuracy glyph as well. That's going to help out a lot. That extra 8 accuracy doesn't sound like much, but it does add up 188 plus masteries on this champion. We have crit rate on the gauntlets because, again, we do want to get him to 100% crit rate, right? He can nuke, and obviously he is, you know, bringing the burn for Spider as well. But hey, that passive, we want that, you know, he's going to help himself out with the crit damage and the attack because it's a little bit low because we went for for some HP here and there. But when I do have the amulet and the banner on this champion, I'm going to go with crit damage on the amulet. And on the banner, I'm going to go accuracy on the banner. I think I'm going to probably keep that accuracy banner on him, and maybe eventually, if I can build in a little more survivability and swap out some of this gear as I go and upgrade my shield and get more defense and stuff like that, maybe eventually I can get a attack percentage on the chest instead of an HP percentage. Same thing on the gauntlets. Maybe eventually I can get crit damage on the gauntlets. But you know what, guys? It's all about, for me, 90% of his value, the way I'm using him in PvE, is going to be off the burn. You know, it's going to be off that burn. And for that reason, we don't really care about anything other than accuracy. Speaking of accuracy, again, I knew that I had to get some accuracy on him, right? I was totally broke on potions. The Void Keep wasn't open till like 4 days. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just farm up the masteries, get him Eagle Eye, get him Swarm Smiter, get him Pinpoint Accuracy, get him Charge Focus, come down, pick up Master Hexer, extend the duration because we have a 4-turn cooldown because it didn't fully book the A3 ability, right? So you got to make do with what you got. I also picked up Sniper to increase that chance of weaken off of this A1 just in case they're not under HP burn, right? And then we went down offense tree. I was a little shy, I think, of a 100% crit rate, so I picked up the crit rate, a little bit of extra crit damage, Life Drinker to heal himself up if necessary as well, and that's what I went with for the masteries there, guys. So let's go ahead and stop talking about this dude, and let's take him into battle. Blessings, really quickly here.
When's gonna be my time?
I think I would probably go with either Cruelty or probably Crushing Rend on this champion. I don't have him, obviously, awakened at all, but probably that would be the direction that I go there. So you know what, guys? Let's really quickly go into the arena before we go into Spider. And what I want to do is I just want to check to see how that reads in terms of, well, let's go against a team that's a little bit tougher than that, you know? This team's fine, right? I want to see on that A3 just to make sure that's only a 15% turn meter fill, and I think I'm pretty positive that's the case. Okay, he's actually speed tuned wrong. Duck should be faster than him, but anyway, here comes the A3. Fills his champion's turn meter by 15% if it's at least one enemy hit with a critical hit. Boom. Yeah, boost turn meter one time, 15% fill, right? And we got that, ouch, that nasty counterattack there. We do land the burn on everybody. Our critical hit was landed. We get the 15% turn meter fill. That's great. But again, it's not on, you know, for every critical hit. That would be pretty amazing. But nonetheless, it's still a good ability. Let's go ahead and heal him up and see if we can get the kill shot here against Rondo. We can. Not bad, not bad. Of course, he's not in Helm Smasher, he's not in Savage Gear, he's not built out to be a nuker, has no amulet on, blah, 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 blah. But still, you know, I plan on using him, especially after I have him fully upgraded. And who knows, once I get that accuracy on the banner, I might be able to go ahead and swap out for offensive tree tier 6 and go with Helm Smasher and actually utilize him in more than just one area, or more than just one, I should say, area, meaning dungeons, right? So let's go ahead and go to Spider's Den. This is where I am right now on the account. I'm stuck on level 21. It is Void Affinity. Doesn't really matter what the affinity is. This is the team that I have prepared for you guys today. I have Attract the Wenderin on the team. You can see all my champions kind of suck in terms of their stats. 152 is very, very slow. And believe it or not, he has speed boots on, guys. But, you know, the most important thing here is his accuracy at 176. We want him to land the freeze on the A3 on all of the Spiderlings, and then heals allies by 5% of the champion's max HP every time an enemy under an HP burn gets a turn. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 10% every time an enemy under freeze gets a turn. Twisted Hunger is a broken passive. I love it. I love this champion. He's got the freeze there. He's got the block debuffs and the strengthen as well. So he's going to be a key part to the team. And then UDK is going to be a tank for this team. I don't think we even need Duck the Pierce, frankly. We might not even want him on this team, but let's just go ahead and run it anyway. I have it all set up to where everybody's prioritizing the abilities that I want them to. So let's see if we can clear this stage for the first time. There it goes. Burn on everybody. Perfect. That's all we need, really. We're not too preoccupied with the damage that he's putting out. It's all about those burns. So what's going to happen here is that the burns are going to keep going. Spider's going to get low in health, or hopefully around 50% or so. There's going to be a big heal going on. All the Spiderlings will die, and then hopefully we'll kill the Spider on the next rotation around, right? But you gotta love this. This feels so good. You don't even understand, guys. This feels so good to watch happening after all the struggles that I've had with Spider on this stupid account, right? Finally have a competent burner who I can use on every single stage from 21 to 25. Did Cold Heart lead off with her Heartseeker?
I was kind of hoping nobody would notice.
There's the heal. We're alive, and that's all that matters, guys. That's all that matters. And you know what? I wasn't really paying close attention, but I think the next ability might be the burn, which would actually be beautiful here, you know, having it on a 4-turn cooldown for this particular team. So there, yeah, it is. So we come in there with a burn. Now we freeze up everybody. Honestly, this might be it. We might be able to take this Spider all the way down right here. So there it goes, there it goes. You see all those heals, guys, from Achek the Wenderin? And you see that they're targeting Skullcrown. She's getting aggro from the Spiderlings, but again, it's being circumvented by the passive on UDK, who is in a regen set with high resist. And when I say high, it's like 320 or something like that, 350. It's not like out of this world high, but it's high nonetheless. So the Spider does get another turn there, but the burns are still churning. Heartseeker goes in. No turn meter right now. The burns are still up. We actually don't want to kill the Spiderlings, but it's not going to matter. I think we're going to end it right here, hopefully. Just another turn or two from these Spiderlings under burn. And there it goes, man. 2 minutes flat-ish, kinda, maybe. Less than 2 minutes. We finish a new Spider's Den level. I love it. UDK just doing a great job tanking and healing himself. Achek putting out the heals, putting out the turn meter, and Scrank with the 8.1 million damage, baby. I love it. Ooh, I shouldn't have sold. Man, anybody with mini account, you ever do this? Ever forget what account you're on? You ever forget what account you're on? Let's try stage 22 right now, guys. I wouldn't have kept that on my main account, but I think I probably should have kept it on this account. As I said, my accessories suck on this account. So there we go again. We land the burn. Come in there with the debuffs. It's fine. Here we go, here we go. Get that freeze on everybody. And again, there's that passive churning away, right? Oh man, this is so good. I'm gonna be able to farm so much silver, so many accessories. This is definitely, again, you know, I don't want to be hyperbolic because I'm not saying that he'll be the same amount of a difference maker on every account. If you already have plenty of burn options and you're already like a pro at Spider, even as a newer player, then, you know, he's probably going to be still, I think he'd still be a benefit to any account. I think he's a great champion, unless you're like endgame Kraken. But to me, especially, if you don't have a burner and you have this dude, anything like me, man, oh man, keep your eyes open, guys. Consider maxing him out. I really, really enjoy him. And again, I'm definitely going to make that change. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to swap out the banner once I get him fully ascended for Eagle Eye to use as an arena nuker. Again, he's not going to be an endgame arena nuker by any stretch of the imagination, but I like the idea of being able to run him any affinity, and he does have nice damage from all of his abilities, so we'll probably swap out for Helm Smasher, and who knows, I might keep accuracy on him or perception, or I might even go Savage. Again, for an early / mid-game account, I like having champions that can fill so many different roles, and of course, I'll be using him on my Hydra team to beef up my damage. I love that he has that heal built in as well, and you can see another level cleared of Spider. You love to see it, guys. Listen, what do you think of this champion, guys? I think that we've seen enough. I'm going to keep running him on Spider, and I'll let you know in the pinned comment how far I get. But boy, it feels so good to make this progression for the first time. We will keep it, absolutely. The only thing I would have to do with this team here is, as we get to stage like 23, I'll definitely sub out Dr. Pierced. And we can probably go...
Why, God, why?
Oops, not Achek, not Achek. We can
Why are you doing this to us?
Oop, dude, what am I doing? Where was my head at today? Come on. Let's go with, like, I don't know. We can just go with a support champion like Melga, a support reviver. I lied. Let's do one more. Let's just do one more and see what happens here, guys. I'll take it off auto this time. And come in. We land all the burns yet again. I love that we don't have to worry about affinity. We'll go ahead and get a little bit of healage up there. It's not like, I feel like in this spot, we could almost run food, right? We could almost just, we don't need anything in that spot right now on this team, right? We don't even, technically, I don't feel like we need Cold Heart. It would just be a much longer run, but with Achek and Scrank, you know, we're looking really good there. All right, let's go in A1. The nice thing about Melga's A1, I just did a guide on her on my other channel, the Raid Champion Guides. Nice thing about that A1 of hers is it cleanses a random debuff off of one of your allies. So whoever's tanking, if they do end up getting a few poisons on them, every time Melga's A1 hits, it's going to cleanse that away, which is nice to have as well, in case that resist doesn't always prevent, or in case we don't have block debuffs up all the time. But again, it looks like this is going to be easy, you know? All we did was make that easy substitution there. We don't need a debuffer, as I mentioned, because it's a burn type strategy. I'm just going to keep A1ing with Cold Heart. We don't really necessarily want the spiderlings to die, right? We want them to stay alive with burns or have us apply another burn. Then again, the spider is going to eat them and heal and stuff, so I guess it's irrelevant either way. But here it goes. Ooh, we get some deaths this time, but it's perfect. I mean, it actually works out beautifully that we have Melga on the team because she has a double revival in her kit. There it goes. Revive both of our DPS with a shield, and we can come in here with the A1. I'm just going to put it on auto here. Now let's see. Oh yeah, the burn is up. Now so is the freeze. And again, that passive from Achak, it's going to heal everybody back up to full, right? Oh, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Look at all those heals and turn meter fills. Oh, I love it. Oh, I feel good, man. In case I haven't mentioned it 150 times to you guys, right? I feel good. I feel good. Because you know what? We finally freaking solved the spider. That's all you need is a burner. All you need is a reliable burner. And a void burner like this, really, really solid for a lot of accounts out there. And again, I'm going to use him as DPS and basically everywhere. I don't mean to say that he's only a spider champion. Oh, we're in a little bit of trouble here, guys. A little bit of trouble, but I think we're going to be okay. Again, we got Melga on the squad. I kind of put Melga in saying that we didn't need her. Turns out we needed her, guys. Turns out we needed her, but another spider dead. There we go, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Send some positive vibes, some love your way, especially if you need it today. And as always, take care, guys.